Hey, hi everyone. Today I'm sharing a video of like how to access or fetch data files from AWS or using S3 bucket path. So here I'm sharing. First for this, I have just created one component that is by using command. I'll show you here. So I just gave the command nggc and the component name. So I have given the component name, that is S3 bucket path. So here from this S3 bucket path, I'm just fetching the response from that bucket. Uh, yeah. So here first I create this component, and then first what important thing we need to do. So that is like what uh, yeah, so in the first, go to that package.json file. So inside this file we have to do this installation, that AWS SDK. So helpful to that is just helpful to get the response from that AWS. So this is we need to do this is just create a connection between our client side application and your S3 bucket. So here we install this just by using command npm install AWS SDK. So this is done. In later I just went to my component. So this is my component.ts file. In component.html file you have to use just simple HTML content, like your div, paragraph, HTML heading, anything you just use just to represent your data, whatever you getting. Simple way. So the main thing we have to do in our in our ts file. So in ts file again we imported this as AWS as this one. So this is like globally used in our components. So here we just introducing this aws.s3 to s3 variable, and this is this is another way, like we can mention it like this, or we can use directly as a AWS. So here I'm using first the important parameter what we need to use. One is access key ID and another one is secret key ID. So that is like a very confidential thing and you don't have to share it with anyone. So that is the noted thing. So you don't have to use it with anyone. So because these are the personal bucket credentials, so that is should be unique. And yeah, so this reason, this already mentioned in your bucket when you created a bucket in AWS. So there you can check the reason is mentioned there, and also you will have access key ID and secret key ID. So that you have to mention in this config, and you have to update this parameters here. Next thing is we'll define this bucket, and there we just give some parameters here. So that parameter is nothing but just a bucket name, key, and content type. So this content type is not a mandatory at all, but yeah, if you want that you can give. So here I'm using this key as a PDF file. Like suppose I'm fetching the PDF file from this S3 bucket path. So yeah, this having, so bucket name can be anything whatever you mention, and next key must be a file name or file path. Simple. Suppose you are using here PDF file, so I just given that sample.pdf. If you are using that html.json file, then there should be a sample.json file. Yeah, next content type will also change according to the your file type. So that key will decide according to the component, the content type is decided according to your key. Yeah, next now we define these parameters here, these configuration here, and then these parameters here. And next we will, by using this, actually it will create a URL. So that URL you will be accessed through your client site application. So here I just given a const URL which consisting the response of this bucket. So here I'm using the method which is a get object, and this get object method having I'm passing two parameters, error and data. So in the response I'll get something error or maybe a data. So yeah, if I'll just put the if else condition, if there is an error then you just go to the error, or if it is a data then you will just get the data. So these are the simple way that we can access or fetch the response or any file from our S3 bucket using that S3 bucket path. So it will create a URL for you, and you just find the response